Hi, my name is Jasnara and I'm going to talk to you guys about panic attack. Now, panic attack can happen to anybody. It can happen to you any moment, okay? So it's not like you can plan for panic attack, but you can plan strategies. You can have, coping strategies to help you. So when you can identify your triggers, then you can help yourself not to have it. um, One thing I would say is that if you suffer from panic attack, that it's very important to actually find the root cause of it, and you need to stop it before it gets too difficult. Because if you just ignore it and you run away from it, it's going to it's not going to go away. Okay, so story time. Okay, so I think when I first had a panic attack, it was actually at work, and I was quite overwhelmed. And my trigger was that I was obviously I witnessed somebody having a bipolar episode in front of me. Like it was my first time I witnessed that, and it kind of made me feel so uncomfortable. For 3 days, I was kind of in a shock to witness that. And on top of that, it was like also having conversations in the middle of the night about death and devil, which also didn't really help the situation. You know, yeah. So this triggered a panic attack, and then when we don't get enough sleep and you go to work, then obviously that's also lack of sleep also can trigger that as well. Okay. So, anyways, it happened at work. I felt this huge rush of people coming towards me, and just like all of a sudden I just panicked. And when you have panic attack, it's your heart starts beating really fast, and you feel like you're going to die, you're going to collapse, and you're like worried. Your mind's like, or like, the cortisol level is really up high. You're on a stress. Your body thinks you're really, really high, very high. You're so stressed out. Okay, and yes, and you feel like you want to do something, but it just makes it worse. Okay, so I did some research, obviously, because obviously it's my first panic attack, and I didn't like the experience. And I know that if you don't do something about it, it's always going to happen. It's going to be on repeat. So obviously, what did I do first? Well, I took it to God, and I said, God, can you help me with this? And I spoke to God. When you have a relationship with God, you talk to God. Like, people think you're like talking to yourself, but you're actually talking to God. Okay. So you just talk to God, and you just tell God to deal with it. And that's a really important thing, because the world tells you that you have to deal with it yourself. But no, it's you take it to God, and God will actually deal with it. So yes, so I took it to God, and then I did some little bit of research on like how to finding I tried to find out some coping strategies so that it wouldn't happen again, because it was quite embarrassing when it happened at work. Like, I felt embarrassed because I want to look like, I can handle everything, and when you can't look like you can handle anything, it's kind of embarrassing. So anyways, I didn't want it to happen to me again at work. So, so one thing I found out is that when when you're going to have a panic attack, and when it happens, you just stand still. You don't do anything. You don't move. You don't think. You just stand still. You just go. You completely freeze. Okay, you listen to your heartbeat. Okay, and you talk to God. Okay, that's all you do, because well, this is what I did. Okay, so if you have a panic attack and you keep moving, and you keep just moving, like doing things, it's not gonna go away. It's just gonna make it worse. You're just gonna feel like worse. But if you just stand there, a few seconds, it will feel like longer than a few seconds. It will feel like a minute, even not hours, but it will feel like minutes, right? You just stand there and just breathe. Go completely silent, okay? The panic attack will just go away, just like that. And then you just have to do this anytime something triggers you, and you know you're going to go on a panic attack. You just say, well, I just say, God, can you help me out? And then I just listen to the heartbeat. I just listen to what's happening, and you just breathe, and you keep still, and then you just practice this. So anytime something triggers you, you just do that. And before you know it, when something triggers you, you just like go straight away to be still, and for a few seconds, it'll go away. So that's how you deal with panic attack. You can You can have panic attack anywhere. I always think it happens mainly in where there's a lot of people, because I think a lot of people trigger. I think people trigger other people a lot. So yes, so yes, this is how you should deal with you when you're having panic attack. Just know that it can be controlled, and then eventually you won't have any. Like so, but again, take everything you have, any problems, take it to God first, and then God will direct you, and God will direct you to the right video, right information, the right person, and then you can go from there. But don't just run. Just don't like think you have to do it by yourself. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I feel like this video, and I hope you can control your panic attack. Just remember, be still and listen to your breath. And even though it's going to feel really scary, like you're going to feel like you're going to die, basically, just stay still. Just stand still. Don't do anything. Just listen to what's around you and what's inside you as well. Okay. Okay, bye.